Hello everyone, it is the absent Rebecca Vogelzang here. Let's put my name in on the board there. Welcome. Firstly, apologies for my lack of being on my socials. I know that's not normally me. I'm normally very present. But it has been a big, exhausting week. You've got me totally fresh face without a scrap of anything on there. I came back from Germany and was hit with the flu just like everyone else was. We all were dropping like flies. And so it's been a huge week of resting plus lots of work to do to catch up from while I was away. So we've had lots of exciting things happening. I've got some stuff written on the board, unless you've been hiding under a rock, of course. TM7 is coming. It's a fair way off for us Aussies. Pre-sales start in April. So until then, we are still selling our amazing TM6, but with the biggest bundle ever of everything you could ever need going forward with the Thermomix. So I had a demo this morning, and I have a new customer who's taken up this amazing offer because they want all the great gear that goes with the Thermomix. When the TM7 pre-sale starts, you are literally getting a bowl and a base. That's it. There'll be no other extras. But I understand I've already got a list of people who are very excited to be one of the first to get their hands on one. I get the excitement. It's always shiny and new and fun. So if you have any questions, I'm on Facebook and TikTok. Sending me a message is probably best through my link tree, which is on my page. So you can tap my name up the top, head to my page and see my link tree. There is a contact me form in that link tree. Facebook, you can pop a message, send me a DM. I will come back and see those comments after. However, the tragedy of Facebook is that our live videos are only being replayed for 30 days and then they're gone, which I'm a bit devastated about. What I will intend to try and do is download, pop it onto YouTube, and then I think eventually we may move over there. So I've shared it before, and I will come back. If you check the comments later, I will share it in my comments, my YouTube link. I'd love you to come and find me over there. So hopefully this doesn't get me booted off any lives by saying all these things out loud. But I'm glad to be here with you on TikTok and Facebook. Welcome. Just want to say this is a positive space. If I'm not for you, feel free to scroll on by. I do have moderators in the chat on TikTok. My beautiful customers are there. If I miss a question, they may highlight it for me. I am making flour tortillas tonight and Smashburger tacos. Maz, daffodils, tulips, they're all my favourite flowers. I will say one thing I really spotted and sought out in Europe was the flowers over there. And they're so much cheaper as well. All right, guys, let's get going because it is later than normal. I've literally come home from a demo, had a friend visit for a minute, and then pretty much just gone into shower, and I had to shut my eyes for 10 minutes because I just couldn't keep them open any longer. So it's been a long day today. Started very early, and here we are. All right, so flour tortillas. First things first, we want the baker's flour to go in. Now, this is the container that I took up to my demo today. We made basic bread rolls, which was wonderful. I love that recipe. I just used the easy everyday loaf recipe. If you scroll down in that recipe, you will find in the tips how to make them into bread rolls. So my new customer got a lovely little lesson on how to make bread rolls. So she's confident to go forward when her machine arrives and make her own bread rolls from scratch, which is such a wonderful thing to do with a Thermomix. Now, next ingredient is some salt. So I'm just going to grab some out of here. This needs a refill actually. You can feel it's getting very low. And some baking powder and olive oil. Warm water. This is it. It is so easy to make your own flour tortillas. I challenge you to pick up a packet of store-bought. Read the ingredients. It's more than this. And also note the use by date, people. It is quite appalling when you see it, because anything made like this should not last that long. So I like to always be aware of what's in my food, and it was not long ago I thought, you know what, I'm just going to pick up a pre-made packet, and then I actually thought, no, read it, saw the use by date, put it immediately back, and went home and made my own. Benji, good morning to you too. Vanessa, hello. Sue, hello. The gyros is so good, isn't it? I love the chicken gyros. They're really good. So what my advice is with them, so there we've just sifted that together, is 100% make a batch and have a freezer stash. So I've still got, I believe, about 8 in the freezer. So what I'm doing here is making another batch where tonight we'll probably use, say, 8 again, and it makes roughly 16. And then I will freeze again another batch. So future me will be ever so grateful that I made the effort tonight to make a batch and stock up the freezer. So for the nights that I don't have the time, the energy, whatever the case might be, that I then can just go to the freezer, get them out about an hour, and they're defrosted and beautiful. So no, Gregors, I love that question. They are not a sticky dough. I will show you it in just a minute. I just need some warm water. Now I know this was used earlier to make a cup of tea for my friend. So this should do just fine. 250 grams, which is a cup. Just enough. It's like physical challenge to get the scales right on the number. It doesn't matter. Please don't ever let that get you bogged down, I say to people, because it will be forgiving and it always will work out. All right, so lid on as instructed. We're kneading that mixture for 2 minutes. Then it needs to rest for about 15 minutes. So while it's resting for the 15 minutes, the beauty of our current offer with the 6 as well is you're going to get another bowl. So I've had these washed up for my demo today. Hello, Sue. Hello, Sarah. Welcome, everyone. So I'm just going to dry this because I've washed it. And then we're going to get on and make these, or the Smashburger tacos to go with the flour tortillas. Excuse me. So, yes. My absence has been 2 things: exhaustion, working, and also having the flu come back with me from Europe, which is never ideal, right? TM7 will be black, Nico, and black only going forward. Apparently we were explained while we were over there, I very luckily got to do the factory tour, that they just cannot find a white plastic that doesn't stain with the outer bowl. So I've got a toy version here. So this is miniature of what it will look like. So it'll be a bowl and a base that sits like this on the bench. The wonderful thing is you can actually put the bowl in the cupboard and that just stays on the bench with the 7, I suppose. They cannot find a white material that won't stain. So it is going to be black going forward for the time being. Maybe down the line, who knows? It might even, we might even get limited edition covers for the bowl or something. Yes, it is stainless steel inside. The stainless steel inside is the exact same bowl as this, just without the handle and without this base now. It's got a whole different system of locking in, but the same stainless steel bowl within the plastic outer. And the outer bowl is actually insulated, so it's not only going to dull the sounds, but keep what's inside warmer. So you'll be able to literally take the bowl off and put it on your dinner table, which is really exciting. All right, there we go. There's our dough. So let me grab my mat, which is here again from my demo earlier, and transfer that out. Oh, we've had to filter comments. Have we? That's always fun, isn't it? There you go. Pretty much straight out of the bowl. Now, I'm just going to set that aside. Here's your dough. Not particularly sticky, as you can see. I know I love gherkins too. Right, so quite nice to work with. That needs to rest for 15 minutes. So let's just wrap that and put that aside. Now, what it tells me to do is to do that, or put it in a bowl, cover with a tea towel or something, let it rest 15 minutes, and then you divide into 16 portions, and then it tells you to roll it out, cook it in a frying pan, etc. I'm using my roti press machine, so I'm going to just finish the recipe, come out of there, go back to my weekly plan, find my next recipe, which is the Smashburger tacos. Love this one. Whole family love it. It's a really fun recipe. And it is one of those viral recipes. It sort of went a bit viral, where recipes sometimes do. I find that viral recipes, hey Rosemary, can be hit and miss though, I must admit. Anyone else? Anyone else made something viral and been very underwhelmed? This one's really good. Like a burger on a flour tortilla. All right, but the first part of this recipe is one, stealing a gherkin for a snack. Hi, Megan. And then we're going to make the Big Mac burger sauce. Or Big Mac style. I think it's nicer. $50 grams, so that's about 3 of these little babies. I'm a bit of a sucker for these ones. This brand is my favourite. I tried the home brand the other day and they're really gross. These three threes, I believe it's Tasmanian. Is that right, Charlene? Oh no, it says New South Wales. Oh, maybe it was Tasmanian in the onions, or Tasmanian onions. Anyway, whatever, it's Aussie, it's great. Love it. How the best brand. Megan! Did you see me waving at you this morning, my friend? I've gone behind you along Captain Cook and I recognised your car, your number plate. Stuck my hand out and gave you a wave. Alright, which lid are we working with? Both of them look the same. Let's just go with this one then. Right, echalot. This is an echalot. It's the smaller onions. They're a little sweeter. Let me grab my knife. One of my poor knives is looking a bit stained from something. I think it was I made on our cooking class the other night, the currywurst sauce. It's so good. Hello, Dimity. You didn't see me waving. Oh, it's so funny. I think you might have been heading towards Harbour Town or something. Anyway, I recognised your number plate. Stuck my hand out, gave you a wave, and you didn't even know. All right, 1 echalot. And then we're going to chop. Did I get the mayo? Yes, I did. Oh. No, I can't steal too many of these because I need to slice them up for the actual building of the Smashburger taco. Okay, scraping down. Spatula is here. Scrape. So that just chops that up for us. I'll show you what that looks like for anyone that might be new here. So that was just the whole little gherkins going in and that onion, which I cut in half and probably didn't really need to. Alright, scraping down. A few too many things here. Let me move something out of the way before I smash something. It's my water to refill. Right, mayo. Now, yes, you can make your own mayo, and I highly recommend you give it a try. But I also say to people, you pick your battles. And I just happen to be a Hellmann's girl, just like I like 3 threes. And I buy it. I have made it. It's great. But do you know what? Half the time it's the convenience for me of just grabbing it off the shelf, knowing I like it, and it's easy. I always say with Thermomix, we have probably 3 types of customers. We have the ones that do everything from scratch. Everything, and they get so bogged down in making sure they use it all the time. Yeah, I knew it, called it. We've got the people maybe like me who are, you know, sometimes I'm making things from scratch, sometimes I'm still buying it. Just depends on the day, the week, the month, a whole heap of things, even the budget, right? And then we've got those of us that just use it here and there for whatever and aren't bogged down at all. And that makes it nice and easy. So, thinking about that, which one would you consider yourself to be? Let me know. I'm interested to know who's where. All right, bit of mustard powder. You could also just put some mustard. And some garlic powder, I believe. Yes, so this is a new one. Oh. Great. There we go. Got to peel that silly thing off. I need to go to the bulk, to the Indian grocer and get bulk garlic powder because this was so ridiculously expensive. Highly recommend you do that. Get in with friends, buy in bulk. You know, Maz, you're like me. Melly's like me. Yep, everyone's different. And there's nothing wrong with any of those ways and methods. Oh, there we go. Spill it everywhere. Pinches of salt. I need to remember, do I have some of this in the bottom or not? I might be out of salt flakes. I might need a trip to Costco. Alright, let's blend that together for 10 seconds. Now, I have a jar here, looking at me somewhere, with what is left of what we had. And where did I put that now? Here it is. So we've got a little bit of leftover burger sauce. I'm not going to put it in on top of that, but that's obviously the one that I'm going to use up first. So I'll grab another jar from the cupboard because I have a jar problem. The problem is I have lots of jars which I keep for this very purpose. So what does it say now? Transfer to a jar. So I'm going to use my lid upside down so that as I'm pouring that in, I'm not going to miss the side. I might get the lid. So this is what it looks like. You can see there. Yum, yum. Yes, in talking about how everyone is different, how we use our Thermomix as well, can I just say, I sometimes hear from people, oh, my friend uses it for this, that and the other, and I would never do all that sort of stuff. And this is why I want to just highlight that we are all different. And I think the reason why everyone buys a Thermomix can be a little bit different. For some people, it's about saving time. For some people, it's about getting a bit healthier. For some people, it's about learning to cook things that are out of your normal repertoire, that may be a little tricky, and you want to learn how to do it easier and better. And for other people, and that's me, I'm this people, it's about saving money. All right? So I used to not want to do things like make my own pizza. I would have pizza night with the family, and I don't just want stinky old Domino's. I want good, proper pizza, which would cost an arm and a leg as a takeaway option. What I'm doing here is just flicking it up to top speed, just to get everything that's around the blades out to the side. Yeah, I have saved so much money having a Thermomix on eating out, takeaways, etc. I've also found that maybe excellence, which is the E, has come into play for me, because I've become one of these people now that thinks, well, I could have made that better and hell of a lot cheaper. So, yeah. Plus, I've learnt skills. The skills of actually giving it a go in decorating cakes for birthdays, etc. And, yeah, making different cuisines from different countries and just expanding my repertoire completely and easily. So, the wonderful thing about this recipe is you do not need to clean the bowl next. You go straight on to making the actual mince filling. Hi Patrick, we are making tortillas and Smashburger tacos. Thanks, Shah. So that is my new sauce there. That's quite a significant amount. I'm just going to pop that in the fridge. All right, until it's needed. And now I'm going to get on and make these flour tortillas. So we're going to preheat our little roti press. Excuse me. What I might do is just slide her out the way for a minute. The other great part of the bundle at the moment with the Thermomix is the glider board, which makes moving your machine so easy to do. So we'll just pop that on there for a minute and I'll just rest that there. That's out of the way. Put my knife aside. Move this here because we need some space to make these tortillas. Push it in. Whoops. I'm just going to wipe here and wipe down my surface. So the dough has rested significantly. Enough. Now, just move my little chopping board too. And remember when you have one of these silicone mats to make sure you only use plastic utensils, not knives on these, because you will cut the fibres, which is not ideal. And when you're making these, one of these comes in extremely handy. If you don't have one of these, they're a thermoserver. Melissa, get it out. Thermoserver. And this keeps your food hot or cold for up to 2 hours. They are a host reward. You quite often can find them on places like Facebook Marketplace. People might have excess and don't need, you know, like 20 of them, which maybe is probably about how many I might have in my collection. No, not so many. All right, so getting my little bowl scraper plastic little thing. What I'm going to do is just half until I get 16. So half it, half it, half it. You can be precise and weigh and measure this using your scales of your machine. I don't bother. They all turn out fine. They're rustic like me. And we love them. Half, and a half. Right, so let's see if I got it right. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Perfect. Exactly, Megan. I love that. So wonderful. Megan likes to make most things from scratch because she's retired and has the time. And it saved you money and you know what's in your food. That is absolutely spot on. So what we're going to do is just I like to just sort of roll them into a circle. If you start with a circle, it's easier to sort of keep a circle. Does that make sense? You need a roti press. Well, Greggles, you can make them. You can just fry them in a pan. It takes no time to do one side and flip to the other. But 100% amazing. Kylie, give them a go. They're so good. So we use the flour tortilla recipe for soft tacos, for burritos, for wraps for school lunches. We use them for so many things. They're amazing. But like everything, when it doesn't have a use-by date of 6 months to a year later, you want to freeze. They're probably fresh for a couple of days left out. But after that, you need to really be taking them from the freezer and making things fresh, which is the case for anything really that's homemade without preservatives added. All right, so the roti press is on. Let me switch it up to max. Okay, now this little machine is something that is a limited buy thing. This one in particular from Coles. Thank you, Kelly, if you're out there watching. I've had mine for, I reckon it must be a year now. Must be over a year. There is a gluten-free recipe. Actually, there's an amazing one that's just recently been added in its form, which is made, it's actually the Brazilian cheese puff recipe made into wraps. Amazing, so good. So, yeah, I reckon I've had the Roti Press for over a year. They did release them probably a few months back now, wasn't it? Ghee and tandoori paste, then merg mahani, naan and rice, all in your 2 Thermomixes. Megan, you are a legend. How good is merg mahani? It's the best butter chicken ever. You're welcome. Yes, well, there you go. This is a packet of 16 you're talking. So make your 16, freeze 8, have your 8, and then bring out the others out of the freezer. That would be my best advice. All right, so this little machine here, like I say, you absolutely can just do this in a fry pan, but if you can get your hands on one of these, they are very handy. They're not a Thermomix product. So what I do is once I roll it into a ball, I hope you can see, yes you can, that I then press that out flat. You can use a rolling pin, but I find it's just easy to do with your fingers. And you want to put it onto the machine, and then it's the fun game of watching it slide out, but also, oh, actually that's better. You're going to hear a bit of a squeal sound. That's perfect. Leave it rest for a little minute, and then it's good to come out. So, while that's doing that, on to the next one. Once you get the rhythm and you practice doing this, it becomes very easy to do. All right? No, it didn't go flying, actually, which surprised me today. Maybe my skills have upped even more. You don't need to flip it, but I wanted to just have a little look. First one's always usually a practice run, but it's actually perfect looking. All right, let's get the tongs because it does get awful hot, so mind your fingers, don't get burnt. But there we are. Look at that. Done. Wrap, done. Into the thermoserver, lid on. Keeps it nice and warm. Doesn't let it dry out. All right, so here we go. Let's see how we go again. Oh, she come out a little bit there. Oh, I think my roti game, or my tortilla game, is upping. I love this machine. All right. Let's have a look. Yep, perfect. Out hot. Right? There. Done. I am. Look at me go. Who knew? Practice makes perfect. Nobody has taught me. I am self-taught. So if I can do it, I 100% can say, hand on my heart, anybody can. I remember years ago when I first started as a consultant and I was new, people used to say, you make it look so easy. This makes it so easy. It's not me. It's definitely not me. I wish I could take the credit. Yep, perfectly pliable. All right. See, look. Hot. Into the server. Right. That one went slideys. And again. I think as it gets hotter, so obviously it was not quite at max temperature. Maybe I need to turn it down a peg. Let's try it. I've always just done it at max, but I think tonight you might just turn it down a peg. About 3/4 of the way. I think that was the trick. I find working with dough very therapeutic as well. God, I had trouble getting that word out, didn't I? Therapeutic. I really enjoy it. And yes, this does take a little time, and I know there's going to be people that go, oh, that's my battle. I'm going to go and buy them pre-made. Babe, you do you. I'm not here to tell you how to live your life. I just want to make people aware of reading the use by date on a packet and the ingredients. Okay, this is flour, baking powder, olive oil. That one's a little overcooked, my bad. I'll have that. And water. Oh, that's a good one. And to me, I kind of enjoy doing this, so yeah. This is where I'm at. And as I say, we'll use half of these tonight and the other half will end up in the freezer. And I already have probably about 8 in the freezer still. And they will be my lifesaver on a day where I'm busy, haven't got time, can't be bothered, slammed with whatever's going on, and will be thanking me for making them in advance and having them there ready to go. Because as I say, I use them for this recipe, enchiladas, we use them for lunch boxes, so many things. Right. I think I've done all right with the sizes too. They're pretty uniform, pretty even. Half, 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 half. There you go, look at that one. Puffing up like a demon. They're so good. Willow, come on. Hey. No. Come on. There's nobody there. I don't know why she's barking at the door lately. Like there's somebody there. There's no one there. Nobody. I know, Minnie is 1. Can you believe it? I cannot believe it. Exactly, Vanessa. Do it. You have the tools. And they're so much nicer. I tell you, you make them, then go back and buy a short bolt one and taste it. You'll be like, gross. You can ask me a question. You know my details if it needs to be between you and me. All right. In here, I think it definitely was colder at the start. There we go. Yeah, they're all looking really great, actually. And this keeps them really hot, so don't be surprised when you go to pull them out if they're really hot. It's a great way to keep them nice and soft and pliable. They won't dry out. There we go, puffy up, ready to go. Boom. What is it? Must be a gecko or something. She's growling at it now. Not ideal when you're home alone at night and your dog starts like acting like there's somebody at the front door and you're like, no, there's not. Tareen, hello. Mine was from Coles Special Buys, babe. Aldi sometimes have them, but I've noted that I have not seen them in Aldi since I got mine and started talking about them. Facebook Marketplace. Quite often you might find someone who's bought one with great intentions and then not decided to use it. I think, Dimity, you got yours from Marketplace, didn't you? Oh, you're asking Charlene that. Yeah, I saw them in between baking paper. They're called a roti press. Yeah, that's it. I saw them in between baking paper in a Ziploc in the freezer or in a container or whatever you've got that works to put it in the freezer. But putting the baking paper between is handy because then when you go to take them out, they're not all just one stuck big together lump, which could happen. So, yeah. Yes, I store them, and I tend to, I've got those silicone pouches from Tupperware, so I tend to put them in there, baking paper in between, one of these guys, zip it up in the freezer. You can fold them in half within the baking paper as well, everything works. and just take them out a little bit before you need them and defrost them. Brilliant. I think the last time I made these, I did have pre-made. A couple of times ago I made these. Something bad happened over on the TikTok. Didn't it, people? Remember that? It disappeared. Radio silence. Alright, now, something else I need to do is get everything else ready, but let's get this on. We'll turn the machine back on because we're going to come back and do the mince mixture in a very minute. And then load up these. And then I'll put some in the freezer, as I said, for another day. Oh, that one was a bit better. Right, need that. What else do I have to tell you all? How is everybody? What's new? Have a quick look. Roti press. The flight was hell. Flight is never fun unless you're sitting up in the front. Look, I'm just so grateful I got to go. It was a means to get to where we got, and it was such an amazing trip. But yeah, a flight upgrade might have been nice, but you know, sadly the budget doesn't allow for that. So it was a very busy plane. Very busy plane indeed. Yeah, that was not fun, was it, guys? I was banned for a couple of days for the most ridiculous reason ever. Anyway, let's not talk about that. We don't want to jinx ourselves. But I will just do this, prepare them up, and then leave you tonight, just in case, because, you know, I don't want to jinx myself. One to go. Right, let me get some baking paper ready. I might just get that prepped up and out the way. Last one. Not so much murderous sounding tonight either, is it? Oh, Edna's lemon tea curd cake, Vanessa, is the bomb, isn't it? It's a firm favourite with me, I tell you. Now, what I do tend to do too is reuse this baking paper, just saying. So I quite often will use it 2, 3, 4 times before it's looking a bit sad and I need to throw it out and start again. And as I said, I've already got a batch of these in the freezer. This is like a backup batch, you could say. Alright, done. Let's unplug that little guy. Make sure I'm unplugging the right thing. I shall pop him out of the way because he is very hot. Touch it down the bottom there. So this is what I do. I just do one piece. So that's out. They're hot, okay? Tip, hot. 2. And then I get another piece. And my servers are the bomb. Look at that. Hot. 1. 2. Now, I think out of 16, I might leave 10 out because I think we'll need some for lunch boxes. I don't seem to have much bread. So, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So one more, 6, and then I'll have 10 left. So there'll be 6 in the freezer for another day. For whatever purpose it ends up being needed for. So just within that, fold it up like that. You can even fold it like that. Okay, and then I just put it into a hard Tupperware container. I just use these silicone bags because they're nice and easy, and I have them straight in, zip it up. I'll actually let that cool down a bit first, so I might just leave those sit there to cool down a bit because they are piping hot. And then I'll put these in the drawer for another day. They will go in the freezer. Oh, I knocked over my little toy TM7. Let's put you back on the salt. Oh. She's not a true to scale toy. She's just literally what she is. All right, let's take this mat away. Yes, I want to go back to my last recipe. Chopping board, wash my hands. I'll comment at the same time. Love you guys, you're the bomb. Hopefully you're copying and pasting. Oh yeah, it's a very, very good recipe. In fact, in my freezer right now, I made some little baby ones in the little mini muffin tray from the mix shop. That is silicone, this one. I made little baby ones in this. So there's like a bite size in my freezer, which is, you know, handy when you want a little sweet treat, as that lovely guy says. You don't want a big sweet treat, you just have a little one. Very handy. Right. Here we go. Mince. My salad stuff's here. My yummy tomatoes. Nom nom nom. Here's my mince. It asked for 600. I've only got 500. That will do. So we just put that in, sans paper. And like I say, this is the same bowl that we made the sauce in. You don't need to clean it, which is always a good thing. Birthday month's exciting. Amanda of Brisbane, welcome. I've just been up to Brisbane today to do a demo. Brisbane is my hometown. I have very big affection for old Brizzy. It's one of my favourite places in the world. Right, roughly a teaspoon of onion powder. I'm just going to eyeball that. I think, you know, like most ingredients, you add that with your heart. And I'm going to actually put a little bit of the garlic powder in as well, because why not? Yum. All good things. I leave out the chipotle chili with the adobo. And I'm going to leave out the salt because I've got enough there with that. I definitely want some pepper. It's a very simple mix, the burger smash tacos. Amanda? Yes, come up to the GC. Come visit. I'm not quite sure what you're trying to say there, Amanda. You might have to edit. By a man from Brisbane. Resoles. I'm making homemade torquay soles. Interesting. Typing too quick. Homemade rissoles, wonderful. We're kind of doing something sort of similar at the minute. We're making Smashburger tacos. Right. Mummy got sucked in for Katie to buy her a Hello Kitty plate, so we'll just use that tonight. So, taking my tortillas out, because what we're doing is dividing some mince onto the thing, pressing it on. So I like to prep that. Then head over to the fry pan, cook them up, serve them up, dish them up. So I'll stick with you for a little minute more, and then I will leave you to it, guys. Please know I'm always here if you have any questions, if I can be of any help. You may know someone who would like a Thermomix TM6 with this amazing bundle, or perhaps you're eyeing off the shiny new TM7, then please get in touch. I would love to look after you. Nearly there, child. Nearly there. The biggest one just popped his head out to see if I was there yet. Not quite. So, yes, please get in touch. I'm here to help anyone Australia-wide. And would love to look after you. Actually, I might just squeeze it on and then lay it on, because I don't want to press them all onto each other. So what happens is this will be cooked, first face down, turn it over, I lay cheese on top, take it off, and then build them with the yummy stuff, as in some pickles, some lettuce, some tomato, pickled onion, and that lovely burger sauce that we made right at the start. So, as I've said, if you haven't given this a try, I highly recommend. It's a great fun recipe to make. And give making your flour tortillas a go. It is absolutely so easy. Even without the press, just do it in a fry pan. And trust me, when you taste the difference, you won't want to go back to shop bought at all. Four ingredients, one of which is water. Right. Yes, you did say that. That's so good, Melissa. So pleased. And in fact, saying that too, if you are making this recipe, you need a hot pan anyway. So make the tortillas, keep the pan hot, and keep going and make the Smashburger tacos. Boom. There we are. Right, we're starting to get a bit lower down in the bowl. Your blades are sharp. Do as I say, not as I do. Oh my goodness. I can't wait to turn a corner and not feel so crappy. And guys, I am off to Hobart in, I think it's the 18th I looked today, so it's not that far away. What have we got here? Let me count. 2, 4, 6. We'll do 8. No. That's enough for one more. Alright, that only leaves one for lunches. Whoops. Oh well. We may have to pull some out of the freezer bag. Minnie, this is not for you, darling. I've got this little doggy right at my feet looking at me. So one more. Oh, excuse me. Now, can I also just quickly say, if anyone out there has a TM6, if anyone out there would like a TM6, you need to really look at the new recruitment offer that we have. Come and join the team, be a consultant. It can be just for a 3-month commitment, maybe even a little less. You can get yourself a TM6. All I need is a sighting of some identification, as in a license. You pay nothing for a TM6 if you don't have one already. The business kit costs nothing ongoing. And if you don't love it, you can send it back and it costs you nothing. So please, anyone, have a thought, have a think, get in touch. I'd love to give you all the details. It's no secrets. It's all straight up. If anyone out there has ever really wanted one that says, I can't afford it, it's too much money, here is your opportunity. You're basically giving it a try, joining the team, and if it doesn't work out, you send it back. So, Christopher, hello. Yes, I'm just about to finish. Yes, these recipes are on Cookidoo. Flour tortillas, Smashburger tacos. The replay will be on Facebook for about 30 days and then Facebook will delete it. I'm going to start trying to download from TikTok and put onto YouTube as well. And Dimity, yes, I can only have people in my area on my team, but anybody can join. So just to recap, because Christopher was asking the question, you can get a TM6 if you don't already have one with zero money up front. We just need to cite your identification as in a license. And you get your TM6, you start up as a consultant. If you sell 3, you get to keep it for free. If you don't and you don't love it, you want to send it back, no cost to you, it gets returned. If you say sell 1 or 2, you get it at a reduced price. You may choose to not continue as a consultant and buy it out if you didn't sell any, whatever. It gives you a bit of a gap of payment time as well. With anyone who has a TM6, it costs you nothing to join. You're going to come on and you're going to start to earn a TM7. So when I get my TM7 in June, I will have these guys side by side. Purely because I have extra bowls for this. I very likely won't have extra bowls for my TM7 for some time. So, guys, have a think about it seriously. It's absolutely no cost and no risk to you. The time frame is 60 days, Christopher, which to sell 3, very achievable, especially if you make sure you really share it with your close friends, family network. You never know. All right. Oh, it's doing the little puzzle thing. I thought it was going to boot me off there for a minute. Hang on. Boot. So, get in touch. If it is something you would like to think about, get in touch. And Vanessa, exactly that. Vanessa has decided to come on board under me. Vanessa lives in New South Wales, so she won't be on my team. But as my sign up, I am always here for her, and I hope she knows that. I'm here to support you as well. But if you aren't local to me, Gold Coast, Southern End, then you will have to go to a local team nearer to you. But again, I'm here to help you. So yes, please get in touch. Obviously, ideally, I would love everyone to live where I live and to come onto my team. But also my team is actually getting to quite a big number now. So I'm also mindful of the fact that I want to make sure that everyone gets looked after very well. So guys, absolutely 100% give this recipe a go. Make your tortillas. They're just so easy to make. Thank you for joining. If any help at all, reach out. Again, for TikTok, my link tree has a contact me form. It has a join the team form. It has all the things there. Reach out. Let's talk. And Facebook, message, comment, whatever. I will come back and check this all later once I've cooked dinner, had dinner, sorted the kids out, sorted myself out. And yes, I'm here to help. And Vanessa, 100%. It's a no-brainer. Joining the team at the moment, you have nothing to lose. Absolutely nothing to lose because it's going to cost you nothing. So it's a once-in-a-lifetime offer. It won't be like that forever. And it is in the lead up to pre-sales of the TM7. So you will actually come in as a consultant with the pre-sale period as well. So trust me when I say there's going to be enough people out there who want to get the latest, shiniest, and obviously a lot bigger than this guy. But there are going to be at least 3 people in your life that will want one of these. So yes, please get in touch, ask the questions. I'm here to help. Obviously, if you already have contact with a consultant elsewhere, go and see them. But if you don't and you resonate with me, I'd love to help you. All right, thanks everyone. I'll catch you.